Prashant Bhushan is responding to you, Vinod Sharma. Yes, Prashant Bhushan.
If you see the basis of the right to information, the Supreme Court had laid it out in Raj Narayan's case as well as S.P. Gupta's case as well as many cases thereafter. They said the basis for this right is that in a democracy which is supposed to be rule of the people by the people and where public servants are only supposed to be their servants or their representatives, the people who are the masters have a right to know and see what their servants are doing in all their in every detail. This very argument was raised by the civil servants, saying that the file notings should not be made public under the Right to Information Act because this will prevent civil servants from writing candidly on their files.
Yes.
This argument was comprehensively rejected, and file notings, all correspondence, everything is supposed to be accessible under the Right to Information. Now these proceedings are said to be audio recorded at least.
No, video recorded.
Every citizen under the Right to Information Act would have the right to get copies of these audio recordings, and no exemption would apply to this at all.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
In fact, this very argument of candor was rejected.
Arnab, this is more reasonable because the right to information is a retrospective right. That what has happened, what has transpired, every citizen has a right to know. So have it videographed. But getting it telecast live is a sure recipe for not arriving at an understanding between the two diametrically opposite opinions.
No, so Kumar Ketkar, you know, why not videograph it? Paranja, just coming to you, I can see you're going to come in, but before that, I want to go to Kumar Ketkar. You know, I have the highest respect for you. You're an extremely, you're a veteran and extremely knowledgeable and respected journalist. But Mr. Ketkar, with all respect, what does corporate strategy in boardrooms and editorial meetings have to do with the drafting of an anti-corruption bill, which is a matter for national public debate? The running of a company is not a matter of national public debate. So, you know, I didn't quite understand your argument there, sir.
No. Actually, my point is simple. That was simply a small example of the dichotomy I gave. The point is not that. The point is the committee, the representatives on the committee are not democratically elected. They are nominated members. Even the government's members are sort of nominated members of the committee. Nobody has elected them to be on the committee. They have been elected to the parliament or to the ministry or whatever. Yeah. Now the point is, when the committee is discussing lots of nitty-gritties of the issue. They are defining the aspects of the particular draft bill. At that point of time, if you introduce the television debate, many people in the committee will try to play for the gallery.
Okay.
They may try to play for the television audience. And I don't think the television audience forms a universe like we have an adult franchise.
It's a valid point.
That is a universe. That is a universe of citizens who are 18 years of age. Whereas the television audience coming through either private channels or public channels, I don't think form a kind of a uniform universe which represents the democratic process or demos, as they would say. And I think the discussion, the committee's discussion to be televised would only create more confusion. And I think what people need is clarity and not confusion. And the issues will be played up to the gallery by many members of the committee.
Playing to the gallery.
And therefore it will look like you versus me. And that kind of a tu-tu-mai-mai debate that will start in the committee, and I think completely distort the very essence of the drafting that is taking place.
You see, if people start behaving irresponsibly by playing to the galleries in these kinds of televised debates, you see, parliamentary committee meetings or the Congress committee meetings are televised in the US. Does it mean that people start playing to the galleries? If people start playing to the galleries, very soon people will come to realize that this fellow is not serious, he is just playing to the galleries. He is making a tamasha of things. You think people cannot see people like Lalu Yadav playing to the galleries and making a tamasha of things? Of course people will make out as to what's really going on. And that's what needs to be done.
No, I think
the people of this country are mature enough. They can make out what is really going on.
People, you see, what's happened is
reasons being given.
I just want to. I want to just put this in context. Why are we debating this today? Because Paranjoy, why are we debating this? I just want to go back to no. We are debating this, Paranjoy, because one side is saying, look, they abuse us in meetings, and outside one side says, they stall us, and at the end of the day, the citizen, all the viewers today are saying, what happens to us? Which side do we believe? What happens to the issue?
Arnab.
Where do we have the evidence?
You see, what is essentially happening, the reason why we are debating this issue today is because there's been a complete breakdown.
Of course, total breakdown.
The 5 members representing civil society and the members representing government have stopped trusting each other. Now, once again, I do not agree with what Kumar Ketkar is saying, that you cannot draw an analogy with what goes on inside a boardroom of a company or what goes on inside your own newsroom, for instance. Nor do I agree with Vinod Sharma when he sort of trivializes it and tries to draw an analogy between a husband, Mia Bibi ka jhagra, and how they patch up. Yes, you are right, and Prashant is right, that this is not just an ordinary matter. You are discussing what is supposed to eventually become the law of the land. Now, how do you arrive at a compromise? How do you avoid people shouting and screaming and playing to the gallery? If you don't, you need not televise the proceedings, but you tell everybody concerned that every word you say is going to be recorded or videographed for posterity at some point of time,
you'll be able to access it under
in the public domain. That ensures that everybody behaves in a responsible manner, and you just don't shout and scream and avoid all those theatricals just to make a point. That would ensure that each and every person who is part of that committee behaves in a responsible manner.
So then have complete transparency.
Again, how do you eventually arrive at a compromise? You arrive at a compromise by saying that at the end of each meeting, maybe one representative of civil society and one representative of the government comes out and speak to the media together. So then you don't need to issue statements saying this was a complete disaster, or you have the other side saying these guys are liars and cheats. All that could perhaps. You could perhaps stop it.
Arvind, are you attending the next meeting, televised or not? Are you attending? You and Prashant Bhushan?
We are attending the meeting, but we will keep up our demand.
So you are attending, that's a big story.
Meetings to be televised. Now I just want to make a small point.
It's important you
I think the entire debate is... Yeah, can I speak?
Yeah.
I think rather than talking theoretically, I'll just give you a small example. For instance, when we started discussing whether judiciary should be in or not, Prashant made a very forceful argument giving certain examples, which was countered by Mr. Chidambaram just by saying that judiciary should not be in because Justice Verma and Justice Venkatachalaya are opposing it. Is that a valid argument to keep the judiciary out? Now, 5 of us are basically civil society members presenting our arguments in the meeting, and the other 5 people are in the decision-making position. They need not give any arguments. They just announce their decisions. Therefore, we want these meetings to be televised so that the people can also question, hey, what is your argument?
Quick rebut. Wrapping up, quick 20-second rebut. First, Vinod Sharma.
Well, first of all, I regret that Mr. Paranjoy Guha Thakurta chose to put himself on a pedestal. It's not proper. He should have made his own arguments. I think that if that is so, then proceedings in the highest court in this land should also be televised. That every single important issue being debated anywhere in a constitutional arena, in an important arena like this joint committee, should be telecast live. There has to be an opinion, a consensus on this. And before we have a consensus on this, before we have a consensus on televising live the parliamentary committees, I don't think any government can give this right to a committee which does not have entirely an elected composition. So I think that we must give each other some space. We want this bill. That is more important.
But the process...
Let it be videographed, let it be put in a time capsule, and let's open it.
But
whenever we do, using our right to information.
What happens now is, and as wrap up, I just say this. What happens...
Vinod, I want to make a point.
Briefly.
All courtroom proceedings the world over are in the public domain unless the judge concerned says that this is in camera. You may not have a live telecast of what's going on inside the courtroom, but there are artists who can draw sketches and print it, and what is said in court
Well, I understand. I know.
is in the public domain.
Mr. Goa Thakurta, all of us are pretty well informed about this.
And all I'm saying that there's a way forward.
Okay, my only point is this.
We are pretty well informed, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
We don't need an instructive lesson here.
Okay, now the only point is this. Why are we debating this? What do you feel as a viewer, as a participant? Do you feel that if you have the evidence of what happened in these meetings, if like in America, you make the whole thing public, it's on tape, you can access it, then you can make up your own mind on who's right, Kapil Sibal or Anna Hazare, another minister or someone else from Team Anna? Why can't we be given complete, unadulterated, raw access to a meeting which will determine the future of the fight against corruption in our country? I really want to know where you stand on that. And thank you for watching the News Hour tonight. It's always a great pleasure bringing the news to you. Till then, good night and goodbye.